Konnichiwa minasan, Anime Guru here, and I'm going to talk about Girlish Number, an anime I've been wanting to talk about for a while. Let's jump right in. Girlish Number is an anime about 5 girls who have to learn to work together and get along during the production of a light novel adaptation into an anime. It's got the anime that they're working on has elements of fantasy, idols, the usual Japanese stuff that you hear about all the time. 3 of them are new to the business. Karasuma Chitose, one of the lead roles. She's bubbly, she's cocky, and she's a little overly optimistic. Then we have Yae, who's a very timid, short girl who definitely needs others for support in order to believe in herself and the project at hand. And then we got Koto, who is the oldest of the 3. She's a tomboy, and she's extremely confident in herself without really being too narcissistic, unlike Chitose. Trouble within the industry of voice acting is a common theme in this show, and I think that's why what it does really well. Chitose doesn't take criticism too well. Yae really doesn't know how to deal with things, and she gets very nervous very easily. Koto, she's a lot more confident. As I said, she's the oldest of the group. I think she's 26, so she's had the most experience, well, life experience, and she just knows how to take anything that comes her way. And then we have the 2 senpai of the group, Momoka, who is a part of a family of voice actors. Her mom was in a show called Pure Pura, something like that. And when a sequel project comes up to that show, she's kind of reluctant to join, and as the series moves on, she has to really think about whether or not she actually wants to take that project. She never really does things for others or for herself. She just kind of does what she wants, and that's that. And this show is not only about the girls themselves, but their parents as well. And each of their parents has their own opinions on what their children should be doing, and that really comes into play with Shibazaki Kazuha, who's the other senpai of the group, and she doesn't really get along too well with her parents, at least with her father. And there's a whole mini arc within the series where Kazuha actually goes back home, and her dad just clearly doesn't approve of what she's doing. So that whole episode or 2 gets a little dicey, and I like it. Throughout the series, they all learn about themselves, each other, how to play off of each other's strengths, their anxieties, and you really see relationships build in this series, which is really, really nice, and it's something you don't see in this type of show. And then through about a little more than halfway into the show, a newbie comes in called Nanami. Right when the second season of the anime within the show is about to start production. Now, Nanami is kind of obsessed with Chitose, and obviously Chitose loves this. Because, well, I'm great! I'm always gonna win! Narcissism. So, she is loving this. But, eventually, as Nanami kind of overtakes her, she starts to feel lonely, like, maybe I'm not as good for the job as I thought I was. So that narcissistic side starts to take a backseat to the rest of her personality. This is where Chitose starts to grow. And when you start to see, this is where you really start to see all of them start to grow. From Kazuha to Momoka to Koto and Yae. Yae in particular, her personality never really grows, but the way she thinks about things starts to grow. She's still very timid and she's still very anxious, but now that she knows she has people backing her up, she'll go out more, she'll be a lot more... She's more willing to take things as they come, which Koto was always good at doing. All of them start to understand that they're there for each other. So when anything pops up, they're willing to help each other out. And whether or not that's through actual caring or not is debatable. Sometimes it's for no other reason than that person in question may end up hindering the project, but it's still very nice to see. When there's a particular character that I liked throughout the series, and that was Chitose's brother, Gojo, who ends up being her manager throughout the series. And when Nanami comes in, the higher-ups end up telling him to manage her instead of Chitose, and obviously Chitose doesn't like this too much, even though they've kind of butted heads throughout most of the series. Chitose feels left out, like she doesn't matter, and the more he manages Nanami, the more Gojo feels sort of the same way, especially when it comes to Chitose's birthday. Everybody else is so happy for her, planning things out, and Chitose is just like, thank you, but she's hiding her feelings. So everybody brings her out of it, and basically through various subtle means, they just say, hey, we got you. Yae tries to make everybody laugh with her lack of confidence. Koto just straight up says, you got this. Nanami has just this general genuine love for Chitose, so she's just like, go, fight, do it, you got it. And Gojo, well, he just straight up says, hey, you know you suck, I know you suck, you can't go any farther than this. Gojo is kind of sadistic, but he loves Chitose just the way she is. Everybody does. So, in the final episode, when Chitose realizes how stupid she's been, she ends up wanting to remedy that, and everybody's just like, finally, in their heads. And speaking of the final episode, I don't want to spoil anything, but I really liked the ending of this series, and I really hope that Girlish Number gets a second season. And with that, like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, have you seen Girlish Number? Whether you're a guy, a girl, or anywhere in between, I highly recommend this series, and I would love to talk to you guys about it. So with that, sayonara minasan, and I hope to see you next time.